want to say thank you to everybody that's been praying and sowing into this building project that we have been on since 2019. Many of you have been so faithful to the vision God has given to us. And you know, we've toured many different facilities. We've gone through warehouses and abandoned movie theaters and smaller churches, and we even were looking at our current property for a good period of time. But then it became clear to us that we were outgrowing our current facility. Parking was proving to be an increased issue, and we needed to allow the Lord to give us greater faith and give us greater vision. And in February, I was told that there were two churches that were merging in Tacoma. Trinity Church was merging into Puget Sound Foursquare. Pastor Lance Powers, who is the senior pastor of Puget Sound Foursquare, and I became immediate friends and started talking about what God was doing in Tacoma and Him building His kingdom. Part of that process was him and I meeting, having a lot of different God moments that culminated into a tour of this facility that I'm standing in right now, the former Trinity Church building right off of Tacoma Mall Boulevard, the one that has the Jesus Cares About You sign next to REI. We toured this facility as elders and staff and just spent time listening to the Lord. And 100% of that team was very excited about what it would look like to take the next step. Now, in conversations with Pastor Lance, he told me a couple different times that the Lord had given him a number, and he wrote it down on a Post-it and put it in an envelope and placed it in his desk. Nobody knew what that number was. And so after we toured the facility, we felt good enough to start the conversation and actually put together a proposal that was non-binding that had a figure to it. Lance and I met a couple days after. We submitted that to them and their team, and he walked into the conference room upstairs in our church, and him and I were having a wonderful time when all of a sudden he pulls this envelope out of his pocket, and he slides it across the table, and he says, "I want you to open that." And I looked at him with a smile on my face. "Well, what's in there, and why are you handing this to me?" And he said, just open it. And I immediately knew what it was. And as I opened the envelope and looked inside, there was this little Post-it. And on that little Post-it was the exact number that we submitted over in our proposal for this building. And it was like the Spirit of God filled that office, and we said, God is in this thing. He is building His church and growing the kingdom of God. And so part of this process is this. As I said, Lance, I need to get my church family into the building. And so the really good news is this. Wednesday night, July 14th at 6:30 to 8 p.m., we are going to have a night of vision and celebration in this new church facility. What we're going to do is we're going to tour it. What we're going to do is we're going to answer a lot of questions. What we're going to do is spend some time in worship and in prayer together to listen to the Lord together as a community. It's an amazing opportunity for us, and this is a one-time moment in the history of City Central that I want to encourage you to be there. Bring your kids, bring your family members, bring your neighbors. Let them hear the God story that God is writing, because the best is yet ahead.